All right, Hobbs, whenever you're ready, go ahead and begin.
Yeah, recording started.
All right, once again, I want to thank everybody for coming to this brief speech and moment of silence in memory of the victims and everybody that's fallen since, or during and since 9/11. It isn't very often when something happens in your life that's ingrained so vividly into one's memory that everything, the sounds, the smells, the sights, is seared into our minds. 20 years ago, I was walking down the hallway of my high school, and all the kids that went to school with me, we were starting the day as we always did, with jokes, pranks, stories. Not a single one of us had any idea that on the morning of September 11th, 2001 would be one of those days. Nearly 3,000 people tragically lost their lives that day, and as I walked into my homeroom and saw my teacher crying and watching the TV, I had no idea what was going on until the horrifying scene of the South Tower collapse appeared on the screen. It took only a moment to realize that the world as I knew it would be changing. 20 years later, and having lost so many lives in the ensuing war on terror, I have the honor and privilege to ask that we all remember the people who lost their lives on that day and every day since, from the emergency personnel who lost their lives in the towers to the civilians and visitors, and all the service members who made the ultimate sacrifice during the following war on terror. There have been very few times when the United States was hit on our home
User
turf.
joined your channel.
With the division perpetuated by various subjects these days, let's come together as human beings and remember the day there was no division and we came together not only as a country, but as a world to rebuke the actions taken that day and demonstrated that we can all indeed stand as one. Shortly, we will be having a moment of silence to remember those we've lost, since the events of that day and those resulting from it have impacted each one of us in one form or another. I would ask that those who hold spiritual beliefs to pray for the people and their families and reflect on the hope and courage that these bitter seeds yielded. One of our own brothers recently lost his friend, Marine Sergeant T.J. Lang, who was described as being a person who lit up a room whenever he entered and embodied the values of a non-commissioned officer, and he was a happy and caring human being. Please keep him and the sergeant's family and friends in your thoughts and prayers, as well as most recent casualties in Kabul and throughout Afghanistan. With that, our moment of silence will begin now. Thank you all for your reflections and your prayers. Now that we've concluded our moment of silence, I want you all to bear in mind with these events, or while these events were tragic, the marking of this 20th anniversary should be a celebration of the lives of the people we've lost and a reminder not to take for granted the ones that we still have with us. Thank you for your time. You're all dismissed.